this morning, a look behind the lens of the moon and Earth on this Earth Day. Check out some of these incredible photos from NASA. They were taken by the Artemis II crew during their lunar flyby.
News 10 NBC's Garrett Chan goes in depth now, joining us live from RIT. Garrett, a couple of RIT alumni had a big role in these stunning images we see here.
That's right. Paul Reichert and Katrina Willoughby are both flight operations imagery instructors at NASA. They trained the 4 astronauts that were on the Artemis II mission, and they graduated from what was previously called the Imaging and Photographic Technology program at RIT in the early 2000s. I had a chance to speak with Paul on what it was like training the astronauts and making sure the mission was picture perfect.
To watch the crew, launch on the vehicle, do their translunar injection burn, slingshot off to the moon and fly around it and see all the spectacular images, which I had somewhat of a hand in. I was proud of our mission here and how it really impacted the world.
The astronauts trained for 2 years to prepare for all the stops and scenarios along their 10-day journey with a very slim margin for error.
Like, one of our challenges was, how do you get a really good picture of the Earth and the moon in the same shot where most of the field of view is the black of space? Well, the light meter inside the camera doesn't really give you the right answer. So how are you going to solve that problem?
As for the equipment the astronauts used,
the cameras that the astronauts take with them up in space are, for the most part, off-the-shelf cameras. We had a Nikon D5 camera, and we also had a Nikon Z9 camera. And of course, the camera is just one part of the tool. You have to have certain lenses. So we ended up flying 3 lenses.
Back in Rochester, what used to be Image City, at the School of Photographic Arts and Sciences at RIT, there's a lot of student and faculty pride.
In the School of Photography, it's just an incredibly exciting moment. We love photography. We love everything about photography, both as a science, a technology, and an art form. And it's just, the Artemis II mission has just been a wonderful sort of demonstration of all of those things.
As the world reflects on a space journey that took 4 astronauts farther than any human before, it's shining a new perspective on the place we call home and excitement for future generations looking up past the stars.
We're on this little blue marble out in space, and there's not really a whole lot out there around it. Our kind of our cocoon, and it supplies life for all of us.
Paul says training for the Artemis III mission happening next year are already underway. Both he and Willoughby will be training the astronauts on that same imagery training and going through the same modules and lessons the Artemis II crew took. Live at RIT, Garrett Chan, News 10 NBC.
All right, Garrett, thank you very much. Nice that Rochester's played a big role in the Artemis II. Well, the Artemis III mission, expected to launch in the summer of next year, aims to test landing and docking capabilities of the Orion spacecraft on the moon's surface.
Let's go in depth now on other local companies that helped the astronauts on their mission. L3 Harris helped with communications equipment. Cider Optics in Chilai polished the glass on the windows in their capsule. The glass was made by Corning, and the sunglasses that the astronauts wore leading up to the launch were made by Artcraft Optical, which was founded in Rochester in 1918. You can find all of our Artemis II coverage on WHEC.com.